Hello again, or if you're new with us, welcome to the Decanting Club. This week's wine is a Portuguese white. It's from the Dow region, which is much better known for its reds. Only about 20% of the production is white, and this is one of them. It's made by probably the best producer in the area, AlvaroCastro. We featured one of his reds a few months ago. This is the white, and like most white Dow, it's made from a blend of very local varieties. 4 of them in this case in about equal quantity. I'd like to tell you 2 things about the way this is made because that sheds light on the way it tastes. First off, I want to mention also these are organic grapes from organic vineyards, hand-picked, taken to the winery in the cool of the early morning where they're crushed and then left to sit in contact with the juice with the skins for quite a long time. The back label says for a long time on the day of picking. So certainly several hours, but not as much as the whole day. This is a technique designed to extract aromatic compounds from the skins, not normally used. The other thing I'd like to mention about it is after a long, slow, temperature-controlled cool fermentation, this wine was then left to age for 3 months in contact with the lees, the dead yeast cells. That's unusual, and especially for that length of time, but even more so, the wine was exposed to regular batonnage during that period. It's a French term meaning stirring up with a stick. And that's basically what you do. You stir up the lees, mixing in these dead yeast cells with the wine to extract the flavour that comes off of the yeasts. So 3 months with batonnage is a long time, a lot of lees contact. And we're going to taste that in the wine. First thing to notice about this is that it doesn't look like a wine that's had huge amounts of skin contact. Normally, lots of skin contact takes colour off the skins as well as aromas and makes the wine quite deep. This is a pale lemon. I know that at least one of the grapes used in this is particularly pale. I suspect several of them are. But I also suspect that that skin contact was at low temperature, just like the fermentation was going to be, to preserve the aroma compounds. And also, as a side effect, that reduces the extraction of colour. So, that's how it looks. How does it smell? Oh yes, you can see the skin contact paying off in this. That's a lovely, summery and complex nose. It smells really ripe, but also smells stony and fresh. You know the wine's going to be dry and sharp. But it's got lots of ripe citrus scents in there. Lemon zest or tangerine zest. It's hovering between the two. But it's definitely the zest, you know, the skin, the oils you get when you try and peel one. And there's lots of grapefruit in there too. Spices here, white pepper, lemongrass, I think, something Asian about it. Tremendous mix. There's even something a little nutty or possibly buttery going on in the background. And that is a lees sign, a sign of lees contact. Let's taste it. Dry and sharp, it certainly is. Very, very fresh. High acidity here. Feel the mouth water. But as well as being stony, there's lots of ripe fruit in here too, as the nose promised. It's grapefruit and green apples, and there's a lot of it. But even that almost gets swamped by the spicy, stony, very textured, mouth-coating feeling that the lees aging has produced in this wine. If you let the wine warm up in your mouth, you'll really be able to feel that. Lovely. And that mouth feel, the stoniness, carries on into the finish, long finish, where those fresh flavours are joined by a slightly bitter note of like maybe grapefruit pith or bitter almonds. This is probably down to the skin contact, which has extracted a little bit of tannin from the skins as well as the aromas. It's appealing though, you know, really appetising, that little bitter note. Fantastic stuff. Terrific winemaking here. It's really difficult to get a wine with all that lees characteristic. and still have a lot of fruit flavour in there. The two tend to clash. Here they work beautifully. Loads of grapefruit and green apple and loads of that stony mouth-coating Lee's stuff in there as well. This is really complex. You can tell in some way that it's made from 4 different grape varieties. They've all contributed something, so you've got so many different scents and flavours in this. Yet despite all that fabulous complexity, it still remains deliciously easy to drink. Cheers.